When teaching English language learner students, teachers may have valid concerns about their students using two languages in their learning of English. One concern teachers may have is code switching. Code switching is when a student uses both languages back and forth during a conversation. Another concern may be that teachers feel that their English language learners are not putting much effort into learning English, and they may not be participating in class as much during instruction. These concerns are very valid. However, I would really urge teachers to just take a breath, take a step back, and try to look through the eyes of their students that are learning two languages. It takes a lot of brain power to fluently speak two languages, to learn a second language as well, and to communicate with their family in one language and their school family in another. And sometimes when students are trying to express themselves, they may refer to their first language to help convey their message. If they are struggling to find the proper word in their second language, they're going to refer back to their first language. So, I would really suggest allowing the students to code switch, but to ask follow-up questions to help avoid misinterpretation and to ensure that you and the student are on the same page. Allowing students to code switch when holding a conversation in the classroom will help relieve that anxiety that they may feel when trying to express themselves, and will help keep that conversation flowing. Also, code switching starts to happen when students are proficient in both languages. So that right there is a reason to celebrate. The second concern that was discussed was the idea that some English language students are not putting in much effort to learn English in the classroom, but they will interact with their peers in a social setting, such as recess or lunch, using English. So in school, we use what is called professional language or formal language, academic language, in the classroom, versus when we speak with our friends, it's an informal language, an informal setting. And even if English is your first language, you will still use a different way to communicate when you're with your friends versus when you're maybe on a job interview or in some type of professional formal setting. So the same is true with English language learners. They have the skills to hold those conversations informally, but are still trying to develop those academic language pieces. So to help students develop that academic language, we can really beef up the vocabulary instruction by teaching morphology and using context clues to make meaning of new vocabulary, and that can help build our academic language in our students. Another strategy is to use sentence stems so students can follow format and how to answer and how to engage in the classroom discussions or answer questions or discuss with their peers. So a lot of times if we offer that format of sentencing, then our students can really just focus on what it is that they're trying to express and less on the translating piece. So those are my two ideas as to how to help with those two concerns.